That's it. We finally run out of food. I never thought I'd say it, but this nuclear apocalypse is really starting to piss me off. How's the game going, Wes?
Badly. Ollie's eaten the 7 of spades.
That's alright, it's just one card. What are you guys playing?
7s.
Right.
I'm hungry, Wes.
We're all hungry, Ollie.
Why is there no food, Jack?
I keep telling you, Ollie, the food parcels get sent out once a month by Supreme Commander Sturgeon. Alright? There won't be another one till September.
Guys, do you remember history?
Yes?
No.
Oh, come on, Ollie. You must remember history.
Oh, I remember the fun bits, like the pharaohs and things like that.
And Brexit, you must remember Brexit too.
No, what's that?
Oh, Ollie, that's the whole reason why we live underground now. You see. Britain leaves the EU, Scotland leaves Britain. Putin gets a bit killy and launches a nuclear war. We decide to use our missiles as a deterrent. Then remember that Scotland has them. Sturgeon doesn't let us have them. Britain goes boom and Russia takes over the world with only Scotland left facing them. And now we live underground eating playing cards.
Doesn't ring a
No,
bell,
okay.
sorry.
Well, it doesn't matter. I was just wondering, what happens when the world upstairs gets destroyed and we're the only ones left around?
I think I'll start eating the clubs and diamonds too.
No, I mean what happens to history. Generations and generations of human accomplishment just forgotten.
Yeah. You're right, Wes. That's terrible. But what can we do?
Well, nothing, obviously. History's ruined.
No, not necessarily. Why can't we preserve history? I mean, we are stuck down here with nothing to do in this room full of hats from conveniently spaced out time periods.
Oh yeah. Why is that?
Oh, Ollie.
That was Jack's great escape plan. We'd dress up as travelling hat salesmen and he'd smuggle us across the border.
Did that not work?
What do you think?
Come on now, right? Who's with me? Let's redo history.
What if we forget bits?
Oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just make it up as we go along. We'll go from the dawn of mankind right up to the present day. We'll literally rewrite the history books.
The what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean the history Kindles.
Do we have any of them?
No. Ollie ate them as well.
He's a big lad. Well, look, I think it sounds like a terrible idea, almost painfully contrived.
What do you think, Ollie?
Will I get to wear a hat?
Of course.
I love it. Let's do the history.
Nobody says that, Ollie.
Okay, let's say we do hypothetically redo history. Where would we even start?
Simple. The cavemen. Nice bit of mammoth.
Lovely bit of mammoth, isn't it? Just the thing for a cold evening like this.
Guys, I've been doing some more thinking.
Here we go again.
I really think it might work this time.
And I keep telling you, Bob, it is moronic. Ever since you came back from that mushroom picking trip, you've had all sorts of crazy ideas.
What's your idea this time?
It's called Victoria Sponge.
Buff, if there were a deity that I could exclaim to right now, I would do so.
Just listen, guys.
All right. Oh, listen. Tell you what, could do with a laugh, actually. My wife ran off with Jeff from the River Tribe today. Apparently, his spear shaft is bigger.
Oh, that must be tough. I'm sorry.
It's all right. He's got a bigger penis too, which doesn't help. Now go on then, Bob. Let's hear all about Victoria Sponge.
Okay, so how it works is this, right? We go to a field with a large basket. We get some flowers, some bicarbonate of soda, and a period from a chicken.
A what?
One of these.
Right, and then what do you do with it?
Well, then you eat it.
You eat it? What, with your mouth?
See, I told you it was stupid.
I gotta be honest, Barf, it doesn't sound very tasty.
No, I know. It's so infuriating. I have this really good sense that it's an idea that'll really catch on. But you're right. It sounds disgusting. I just feel like it's missing a crucial step.
Well, nice warm fire tonight.
It is very warm, isn't it?
Bakes you right through.
Just the heat to dry off your soggy bottom.
Of course! I got it!
Really?
Yeah, just apple extract.
Right. And what do either of those words mean?
I'm not sure. Oh, this is so maddening. I just know it's going to be the best thing since sliced. Sliced something anyway.
Well, I wouldn't worry about it, Barf. I'm sure you'll have another good idea soon.
Bill! Do not encourage the lad. He's already had 3 good ideas this week.
Lava lamps are going to happen.
Not if you keep filling them up with actual lava.
Look, Boff, enough with the new ideas talk, alright? We'll sit here with our nice warm fire, with our mammoth, and that will be the end of it.
Oh, helicopter!
No, Barf!
Guys, what rubbish. None of that actually happened. That's not history.
Of course it didn't happen, Wes. That's the whole point. It's our own version. It's better.
And it was a lot more fun.
What is the point? Redoing history if we're just going to get it wrong?
Well, we did learn something. I mean, now we know why the Great British Bake Off is judged by a Neanderthal.
But it's inaccurate.
All right, fine. We'll do some history that's a bit more accurate, even if it will be less fun.
Thank you.
What about the pharaohs?
You asked to see me, Pharaoh?
Yes, I did, Mr. Foreman. I want you to design me a new building.
Alright, a mud hut.
No, not a mud hut. No, this is a new type of building.
What, so 2 mud huts knocked through or something?
I'm not designing a barn conversion, Mr. Foreman. I want you to create a new series of structures, a towering monument stretching hundreds of camels high.
Camels?
Yes, imagine hundreds of the creatures all lined together, heel to camel toe, that tall. And I want 3 of them.
What? Why?
So I can put one under each of those stars that confuse the hell out of Andrew Marr.
What, really?
No, of course not. Andrew Marr doesn't get confused. I just want to fuck over Simon Sharma.
With 3 massive mud huts.
No, I told you, they're not going to be mud huts. We're going to call them pyramids.
Are we? Why?
Well, I was talking to some economical Egyptians the other week, and they were blabbering on about some pyramid selling or something. I wasn't really paying attention, but I like the name, okay?
Righto. Oh, also, Pharaoh, I know you've been quite selfish in the past, what with, taking all the good-looking men and making them fan you naked. But we are going to be allowed to use these pyramids too, right?
No, of course not. They're mine. 3 pyramids per person, that's the rule.
How are you going to stop us using them?
What? We'll build 2 massive lion things to go by the entrance, so no one goes near them. Did I not mention that?
No, you didn't mention the massive lion things.
Only, we won't call them massive lion things. We'll call them sphinxes.
Of course we will. Why will we call them sphinxes, oh great Pharaoh?
Well, interesting you should ask. So, I was talking to my new colonoscopist the other week.
Oh, go for the pyramids!
You see, real history is boring, Wes. I did nothing but fan you for 2 minutes. minutes, all right?
You did it very well, Jack.
Thank you, Ollie.
And you were naked, which is exciting. For Ollie.
All right, well, this time we're going to do history my way, all right? Let's do, China. And I've got just the culturally insensitive hat for it.
O Grand Emperor, protector of all China, I bring news from the Northern Territories.
Then speak, Hillary.
Mongol raids continue to disrupt our trade networks. Their expansion into other territories has led to a surge of people crossing our border and seeking asylum. Our economy is starting to feel the burden.
This is terrible news, Hillary. We must fortify the Chinese border at once. But how?
Emperor, if I may, there is one option. Outside waits a man, somewhat of an expert in the field of immigration, shall we say. He may have a solution.
Well then, call him in.
I should warn you, Emperor, he can get a bit racist.
Really?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Call him in.
As you will it. Call for the bald eagle!
Call for the bald eagle! Hello! Thank me! Thank me! Great to see you. How you doing? Okay, here's my plan. We're going to build a wall.
A wall? Yes, that might work.
It's going to be big, it's going to be beautiful, it's going to be huge!
And just how huge will this Chinese wall be?
Big, so big. We're talking 13,000 miles long, okay? It'll be so big, people will look at this wall for inspiration for other walls they themselves would like to build, okay? You're going to be able to see it from, like, outer space.
You know, I don't even understand the concept of outer space. But this man says everything with such conviction and repetition that he cannot possibly be wrong.
And how, O bald eagle, will we pay for this wall?
Simple. The Mongols going to pay for it.
It would be ridiculous. The Mongols aren't going to pay a penny.
Whoa, racist hills. You do realise they're bringing over their opium addicts and the pillagers, okay?
Yes, Hillary, don't be so racist. Well, bald eagle, despite your outward appearance as an orangutan, I think your plan is a sound one. However, I have one final question.
Shoot.
Why are you helping us?
Simple. I love China. China, 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 China.
Thank you.
China.
Okay.
Emperor, he's a moron.
I don't know, Hillary. He seems to really love China.
What, just because he said it 5 times?
Yes. Okay, maybe he is a bit of a moron. But the peasants really love him.
Well, Emperor, thank the stars we don't have democratic elections.
Thank fuck for that. Wes, sorry,
Yeah.
a bit confused. What's democracy?
No one knows.
Can I eat it?
I'll get you another deck of cards.
Caesar! I bring grave news.
Not another little kitty stuck up a tree.
No, no, much worse. I believe there is a plot afoot in Rome at this very moment. A plot to assassinate you.
Is this about the salads again?
No, Caesar. I believe it's more to do with the mass genocide.
Oh, that?
Yeah.
I knew that would come back to bite me.
Big time.
But hang on, Marcus. How do you know there's a plot to assassinate me? Did you overhear one of my worstest enemies discussing how to poison me?
No. Nothing that wishy-washy or vague. No. 'Twas written, clear as day, in the entrails of a goat. There I was, about to perform the morning sacrifice to Ceres, the goddess of protecting animals. So I naturally opened by brutally slaughtering a goat.
One would.
As I stepped forward to take my vow, I caught sight of an unusual little squiggly bit to the left of the other bit, which dangles below the ruddy pink bit. It seems pretty obvious to me, O Caesar, that 23 of your closest associates are planning on murdering you.
Who's the squiggly pink bit?
That is the one.
Marcus, that's almost certainly 23-way slaughter. The goats are never wrong.
Really?
But how are you sure it's today?
Well, you remember that old beggar woman that shouted at you to beware the Ides of March? Yes, well, I am pretty sure that's today. Or is it tomorrow? Or it's soon at least.
Yes, we should really get better calendars.
Yes. Yeah.
And remember, Marcus, this is the same woman that yesterday in the forum proclaimed, "Hedgehogs will soon cover all of Sicily in honey and nutmeg." I hardly think we can take her word as gospel.
What's gospel?
No idea.
Oh, Marcus, this is a disaster. I can't be killed, it's me. Perhaps I could fend them off in some way. How many did you say there were again?
Well, judging from the goat,
Naturally.
23. But Caesar, there is one other thing. The goat's intestine spelled out the name of one of your attackers.
No. Who was it?
Brutus.
No!
Well, technically it's spelled out Brutus, but that's still pretty bloody impressive for a dead goat.
But Marcus, Brutus is my best brew. Brutus is my best bro. He can't want to kill me. We went to school together, Marcus. Him and me used to sit at the back of Greek class and throw wax at Cicero's head. Oh, that swine, that utter swine.
I imagine this has come as quite a shock to you, Caesar.
We could bloody well say that ago. I'll tell you what. I'm glad you warned me. I'd have been at a loss for words otherwise.
Oh.
But now I can work on something devastatingly witty to say to Brutus in the moon.
Oh, okay. And what did you have in mind?
Oh, good question.
Yeah. Well, I know. There's that, then there's that being a 20th, yes.
Shh.
Maybe not that.
No. You know what?
Yeah?
I think I've got it.
Okay.
It's in Latin, you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
Sodus offus, Brutus!
I think we'll work on it.
Right.
Yeah. Now, this is a brilliant idea. I don't know why we didn't do this before. You actually have to spit in my face, Ollie.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Method.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful idea and everything, but the gnawing hunger.
Ollie, do you ever think about anything except for your stomach?
Wonder what sort of food they ate in the history.
Just history, Ollie.
I can tell you what I wish they did have. From the folks that bought you communion cappuccinos, papal peanuts, and the sausages of sanctity, now comes new Nazareth nuggets, the snack enjoyed by all travellers. We all know the story of Mary and Joseph and their baby, John. But what many people don't know is that en route to Bethlehem, Joseph was so dejected that God had banged his wife. He needed something to cheer him up. So he stopped by at Burger, King of the Jews. There, he had a wide selection of foodstuffs available. He could have gone for the Holy Trinity meal deal, a Holy Ghost cheese platter, Pontius Pilate's apple pies, and Herod's hamburgers.
No.
Somebody kill that child. But the thing that really caught his eye was the new Nazareth nugget. Delicious mashed up Samaritans. Don't worry, not the good ones. Coated in a light creamy batter and shaped into the pious city of Nazareth. Nazareth nuggets. Bad for your body, but great for your soul. Morning, Marcus. Have you got the time?
Oh, is today the day?
Yeah. Goodbye, crummy old BC. Hello, shiny, new, curvaceous, and ever so slightly flirty. Anno Domini, AD.
Bit weird.
Okay.
So, Sextus, if today's the big changeover day, when do we put the clocks back?
No, Marcus, we're entering a new era.
I see. clocks forward.
No. I think we have to buy new clocks.
What, really?
Well, apparently so, according to old Gaius Vendor, anyway.
Yeah, the vendor's bound to say that, Sextus. He sells clocks.
Well, I think he was just trying to help out, Marcus.
No, I'm not having this. This is more of this bloody Augustan capitalism I've been talking about.
Oh, really, Marcus?
I'm being serious, Sextus. We have this the whole time. It's a new era. Let's buy I Love Caesar tunics. What utter rot. Tell me, honestly, what is so special about this year?
Well, apparently a baby is about to be born in Judea.
Fuck off.
No, hang on. Hear me out, all right? A baby is about to be born in Judea who will grow up to be king of the Jews.
Sounds lovely, Sextus. I'm not Jewish.
No, I know that, but it's more to
And
do...
if I were, why would that require a new clock?
Ollie, hello. This is all getting very silly, and there's no way the Romans could have given a flaming gelato about the birth of the king of the Jews.
Did I do it wrong?
No, Yes, you did. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Well, why don't we do it again, but more like how the Romans would have done it?
Probably for the best, yes, let's do that, yeah. Morning, Marcus! Have you got the time?
Yeah, it's 4:30.
Thanks very much.
Well done, guys. That was a very obscure reference.
Yes, it was very nice.
Niche, Ollie. It's niche, not nice. What's niche?
Nice.
Niche.
Nice.
Niche. But we had to do it for Ollie, Wes, right? He likes the Romans.
Well, Ollie, you know the Romans invaded Wales once. There used to be this huge courthouse where the old fort was. Of course, Sturgeon soon got rid of that. I know she's a dictator and everything, but it really was a genius idea to tarmac over the entirety of Wales and turn it into a massive car park. Genius. Mr. Runnymede, you may now question the defendant.
Thank you, Your Honour. Sir! Mr. George! Sorry, I don't seem to have a surname for you here.
You don't have a surname, do I, sir?
Right? Mr. George, may you tell the court why you decided to commit murder?
How many times do I have to tell you this? It wasn't murder. I didn't murder nobody.
All right, let's see if we can establish the facts, Mr. George. When you encountered the victim, was he alive?
Yes.
Ah, good. And is he alive now? And was that because you stabbed him repeatedly in the liver with a metal lance?
Maybe.
Well then, that sounds like murder to me.
Yeah, but he was a dragon.
I'm sorry?
He was a bleeding dragon, wasn't he? You're allowed to murder dragons.
Of course not, Mr. George. Dragons are a highly endangered species.
Oh, what rubbish.
It is not rubbish. They are a protected creature. It's not like we have loads of them around like chickens or dodos.
This dragon was killing people.
And very well he might have been, Mr. George, but that does not give you license to adopt vigilante justice and dispatch anyone you see committing a crime. Why, last week I caught someone stealing an orange from the marketplace and duly noted them to the King's Guard. But what I did not do, Mr. George, what I did not do was turn up to their cave in Wales and lance them to death whilst wearing a full suit of armour.
Look, this dragon killed 5 of my friends, mate.
And very foolish friends they must have been, Mr. George, to have wandered right into the heart of Welsh mountains, into a dragon's cave, ignoring all the warning signs.
What warning signs?
The flags, Mr. George, that the Welsh kindly display all over their country, warning of a dragon attack. You must have seen them. They've a great big red bloody dragon on them.
Aren't they just flags?
That conveniently all have a dragon on them.
Yeah, it's their national animal, isn't it? So.
Of course it isn't, Mr. George. If Wales does have a national animal, which I see no reason for it to do, then it is the sheep.
But aren't they like war flags for battle and stuff?
Ah yes, as in the memorably famous Battle of Wales. Oh come now, Mr. George, be reasonable. Wales doesn't have an army. There are only about 9 people living in the country.
Yeah, because of this damn dragon!
Objection, Your Honour.
Sustained. Mr. George, I won't have bad language in my court. I thank you, Mr. Runnymede. I think I've heard all I need. To sentence Mr. George to life in prison for the brutal and disgusting murder of one of our rarest dragons.
No, you can't do this.
I'm afraid I must. Whatever did you think would happen when you murdered a beloved member of an endangered species?
Honestly? I thought I would be made a saint.
Oh, Grand Emperor Hadrian, I bring you two things. Firstly, a helmet.
Oh, shiny.
And secondly, news from our Imperator in the north.
Then speak, Hilary us. Hilary u.
Hilarious. My parents didn't like me.
That's it. That's very funny. Speak, hilarious.
Scottish barbarians continue to invade our lands, raiding and pillaging as they go.
This is terrible news. This displeases the Emperor Hadrian. Call for my mural advisor at once.
As you will it. Call for the mural advisor.
Call for the mural advisor. Hello! Me again. Not to see the last of me. No way, Jose. Who's Jose? Keep him out. Anyway. We're going to build a wall.
Ah, yes, a wall. That'll probably do it.
30,000 miles long and 3 feet high to match my small hands.
That's never going to work.
No worries, Hills. We're going to make the Scots pay for it.
I love it. We start construction immediately.
China.
Obviously. Have you been involved in a plague that wasn't your fault? Perhaps you've accidentally licked a rat. Or you've wandered into a diseased area.
Ah! Norwich! Fucking shit!
They're very thorough. Well, either way, you deserve some compensation. So call us now at miscontractedblackdeathlawyers.com. Because we're the only thing more evil than the Black Death itself. Jack?
Yes, Ollie.
Quick query. What's wrong with Norwich?
No, nothing's wrong with Norwich. No, it has many high points. Its historic market town, its cathedral, the fact that it came second in last year's competition to find the place with the least number of surnames.
Jack, everyone knows that's an urban myth.
Oh, okay.
They came first.
Something to be messed.
I love urban myths. My favourite one has to be Harold getting hit in the eye by an arrow. And make sure you get some more cavalry in from Mercia, Stephen. I swear to God, if they do that funny archer cavalry thing again, I'm going to be really cheesed off. This battle is a nightmare to organise. 1066, what a year. Come on, next, I'm all day.
Greetings, Your Highness. King Harold of England, Squire of all Mercia, Protector of the Free Lands, Earl of Slough.
Yes, I don't need all the titles, thank you. Oh my God. What are you here for? You here to tell me my archery regiment is finally ready for the battle?
No, sir. We are the official royal artists.
Oh, I see.
We're here to talk about getting a tapestry made for the battle. Is that something you'd still be interested in?
Yes. A giant tapestry. Very, very long and very, very thin, depicting my victory over the French army.
Well, we've mocked you up the first draft, so you can take a look and see what you think.
Yes. Oh, yes. This is very good. People fighting, that is funny. Hang on, what's this bit?
Yeah. We thought you might want to talk about that. Didn't we, Sebastian? Yeah, that is your death scene.
My what?
Just a simple depiction of the part of the battle in which you die. Anyway, what we've used is an Anglican weave.
Why have you woven in my death scene? I'm not to die tomorrow?
Well, you might.
Might I?
I can see you're not totally keen, and that's understandable. But at least we've given you a noble, heroic death.
Harold gets hit in the eye by an arrow and dies crying for his mummy? This is not a noble, heroic death.
Yeah, at least it's interesting, you know, something for people to talk about.
I don't want it to be interesting. Why have you chosen such an unusual way for me to die?
Well, that was by accident rather than by design. You see, Sebastian over there, silly Sebastian, he was sewing the button into the eye and he dropped it. And it rolled under a big wall drag.
Did it?
Yeah. And we thought rather than moving it and getting our arms all tired, we just incorporate the lack of eye into the final product.
Right. Well, make sure you get some more buttons into the final draft, okay? And you! Oh, don't look at me. Don't drop them this time, okay? This tapestry is not meant to be some montage of embarrassing deaths. It is meant to commemorate my victory over the French fiend William. Who the fuck is William the Conqueror?
Once we got started on the whole you dying horribly from an arrow in the eye theme.
Which we've all agreed won't happen.
Yeah, well, once we got started on that road, we thought we'd follow it to its natural conclusion, and it seemed natural that William would end up the conqueror.
You're my royal artist, for crying out loud. You, of all people, should be behind me.
Yeah, you're right. We're sorry. Aren't we, Sebastian?
Okay. Does your freak of a friend ever speak, or does he just deflate?
He has no need to speak, my liege. He is an artist. He communicates through his art.
That was awful. You can tell him to cut this rubbish about the Conqueror out of the final draft too, okay? Otherwise it all seems vaguely fine. Oh no. Why have you called it the Battle of Hastings? We're not going to fight in Hastings, we are fighting in the town of Battle.
Yeah, you are right, my liege, but, well, we could hardly call it the Battle of Battle, could we?
Right, that's it, I've had enough. I can just about deal with the humming, but the silly laugh, well, that's the absolute final
Arrow in the eye.
nail in the coffin. Just get out, both of you, I've had enough. Out, come on.
Just one more thing, Your
What?
Highness. You might want to take out some life insurance tomorrow, you know, just in case. I know a very good firm in Hastings if you want their number.
Hello. My name is Christopher Columbus. And as I'm sure you can tell from my ferociously strong accent, I'm Italian. It was I who discovered the New World, America to some of you. And there I founded the most famous and the most fattest people of all. It all started 5 years ago, when I got a letter from Spain. The hand that had written it was strange to me. But luckily, I knew the hand's owner extremely well. It belonged to King Ferdinand of Spain. His letter instructed me to voyage into the unknown, to chart out the uncharted. Well, I was overjoyed. I rushed downstairs straight away to set off for my voyage. The going was rough, treacherous, filled with countless perils. But eventually, I made it to the bottom of that staircase without too many bruises. And so, I informed my wife I'd be gone for a bit, and I began my preparation. I packed for the week, because they can't do it themselves. Anyway, me and my incredibly weak crew set out onto the high seas, and it wasn't long before we'd run aground on a strange, deserted land. Oh, not the land itself was strange, you understand. It's just more for a deserted land. It seemed very well populated. Populated by men that we decided to call Red Indians, which, looking back now, seems a bit of an unusual choice. as they were neither red nor in any way Indian. But then, needs must, eh? And in return, they called us pale faces, which, while rude, was fair enough. And it wasn't long before we were all getting along very swimmingly, but we thought it was about time we educate these red Indians in Christianity. And so we strode towards the rapidly rising buildings, ready to preach the word of the Lord. Sadly, they didn't seem very interested in the word of the Lord. And so, we decided the best course of action would be to shoot anybody who didn't agree with us. After all, it's what God would have wanted. By lunchtime, we'd run out of bullets, and by supper, we'd run out of Indians, as most of them had run away, not daring to face us, man on man, gun versus pointy stick. But the remaining wounded we led aside to a hospital which they had helpfully built, and there we set about treating them in pairs. You see, one man would cauterize and bandage the wound, and the other would write them an invoice. For what could be a better way to found this great nation of ours than with those two universal principles that we held dear? Always carry guns, in case you to shoot someone. If you do shoot them, make sure they pay for it. God bless America.
Okay, you've broken me. This is quite good fun.
You see, it's brilliant. It's like being a little boy again with the hats and the stories. It's like being at a sleepover.
We're in the middle of a nuclear apocalypse, Ollie.
Can I have the lights out?
Do you have to? Brilliant.
Pop. Whiz. Bang. The celebrations begin. November the 5th. Again. I hope you're happy with yourself, Guy Fawkes. Everybody loves you.
Oh, let it go, Rob. I didn't ask for all this glory.
Didn't see you turning it down, though. Oh, what's that I can hear in the distance? Could it be a little girl talking to her mummy? Oh, mummy, what are all the loud flashes and bangs? Well, darling, it's bonfire night. It's when we commemorate when Guy Fawkes single-handedly attempted to blow up the Houses of Parliament. Oh, wow, mummy. That sounds so cool. But it also sounds like quite a big job. He must have had help. Maybe from, I don't know, a surprisingly dashing and virile Robert Catesby. No, he did it all on his own, darling.
Look, Rob, how many times do I have to apologise? You wouldn't like all the fuss. It's not as great as it's cracked up to be.
What? A whole day dedicated to Wickle Ickle me? Oh, it sounds awful.
Rob, children burn effigies of my body. Children!
Yeah, but well, at least you're remembered. Nobody even bothers to abuse my body.
Oh, you're a moron, Rob, you know that?
Guys, do we have to go through this every year?
Nobody asked you for your input, James.
That's James the First to you.
Yeah, we told you we're not calling you that.
Look, I just think I deserve some respect. I am a king.
It was a king.
Yeah, Jim, we didn't give you any respect when you were alive. Why should we now you're dead?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to blow you up.
We both did.
Well...
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Ooh, that'll be hard.
Shut up, James!
I cannot believe we've all been buried together.
Terrible. Right, give the lights on, please. Your Majesty, I've returned from the New World and bring with me lights. There we go. And a treasure which will amaze and astound.
Mr. Relly, we've been through this. We know what fire is. There's one over there.
Yes, because I found it.
No, you didn't. You just pointed to it and shouted, I claim this fire in the name of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth.
Well, isn't that how finding things works? No. Okay, fine. Well, this time I have legit found something. Okay, ready? Ta-da!
You've discovered a slightly yellowed rock.
Oh, Your Majesty, please. This is not just any slightly yellow rock. The natives informed me that it is a device capable of discovering and uncovering Catholics.
Mr. Raleigh, were these natives high-fiving and hooting with laughter when they told you this?
Oh, how did you know?
They were having you on, Mr. Raleigh. It's called a joke.
So, this thing cannot detect secret Catholics?
Obviously not.
Well then, that can mean only one thing. It must be in cahoots with the Catholics! Your Majesty, I don't want to alarm you, but we have here a Catholic sympathizing thingy-mabob. It is imperative we do not let it fall into the hands of the Spanish, or worse, the Irish. Fear not, Your Majesty. I will keep it protected. I wasn't knighted for nothing, you know.
You've not been knighted.
Haven't I? I'm sorry. Sir Walter Raleigh just has a certain ring to it. Sir Walter Raleigh.
Mr. Raleigh, if I'm not mistaken, the Spanish already have one of these devices. They call it a potato, I believe.
The potato. A Catholic name, if ever there were one. Stand back, Your Majesty, lest it infect you. Who knows? You could be speaking Latin by sundown.
I already speak Latin!
My God, it's already started its evil doings. Die, you evil Catholic potato! Curse my girlish hands! Sicilius est in horto. Oh, Your Majesty, I'm already being infected. Help me! Oh, God, quantum regina and other generic Latin phrases. Ah, I die, Your Majesty. Why are you laughing at my death, Majesty? You monster! You monster! I die!
Mr. Raleigh, get up.
All right, then. I'm
Court
sorry.
jester.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I be knighted now?
Obviously not.
Oh! Stop there, you scum, and lower your weapon. For we are the Three Musketeers. I am Athos.
And I am Porthos.
Oh, bloody hell, not again. Brian, hurry up!
Oh, sorry. Hello.
Have you been crying again?
I just saw a very funny television program.
Oh.
Hello. What did I miss?
Nothing much, we just started, but please, try to be on time, we just look silly otherwise.
All right, you are.
Where were you anyway?
You'll laugh when I tell you. Normally I say maybe not you, but you're already laughing. I was playing Pin the Tail on the Donkey without the blindfold, because it's difficult if you can't see.
So why have you taken so long?
Couldn't find a donkey.
Oh, unbelievable. Right. As I was saying, we are the Three Musketeers. I am Athos.
And I am Porthos.
Brian, that's your cue. Your cue! You're meant to say your name.
Why?
It's intimidating, Brian. We are the Three Musketeers, men who fight to the death for liberty and justice.
Brian's not a very intimidating name there.
It's all in the delivery, Brian!
Exactly right, Porthos. You've got to say your name with confidence, Brian, like this. Ready? I am Brian! Now you try.
I'm Brian.
No, God! That's worse! Shit! Oh, God! Okay, Porthos, if you wouldn't mind.
Certainly. We are the Two Musketeers. And some bloke called Brian. Hang on. Where have they gone?
Brilliant. Thanks a lot, Brian. Yes, another ne'er-do-well escapes. God knows what we'll do now. It's 5 hours till supper.
No. Look, a carriage approaches.
Oh. Man, I bear grave news. The king is seriously ill and will not last the night. Is there some message we should give to him in this hour of need?
We are the
Not now, Brian!
Ollie, really, it's just the history.
Oh, not you as well.
It's not real.
Not very real to me, Wes. Because we've proven this acting malarkey is very difficult. But can we just move on to a less traumatic period of history, please?
Less traumatic period of history. Oh! How about the 20th century?
Come over here, Tomo. You'll see Jonathan. He'll be in charge of light entertainment during your work experience stay. Nice to have a week of school, I think. And down there, of course, the kitchenette area with the latte machine. And over there, in the corner, our 18-pound field gun. So, do you have any general questions about the Western Front before we kick off?
What do I do in the event of mortar fire?
Ah, good question. Well, I tend to shit myself, if that helps.
And what about the other trenches?
Oh, you won't need to see them, my dear boy.
But I thought I was going to be running vital messages to the front line.
Oh, God, no. That sounds frightfully dangerous. You could get killed. No. We leave all the frontline stuff to the French. Dash, brave fellows, you see. They have these wonderful white flags of attack.
Look, I just want to help out with the war, actually get involved, you know?
Well, I suppose we could show you around some of the other departments. I know we need someone to write lots of soppy poetry to piss off English students.
It's not really for me. I'm more hands-on.
Could do with a massage.
For the 10th time, no.
Okay. Come there. Down here, please. A bit more forward. This is a British High Command trench. You got that? You're going to have to fit in here, yes? So I'm giving you a choice. Either go over there, and you make me a steaming hot latte, you write some soppy verses, or you fail your bronze D.V. And look, here is Kaiser Bill.
No, Ollie, it's me, Jack.
Oh, my
Look,
God.
that is complete rubbish. There's no way that's worth bronze D.V. Silver, at the very least, I think, yeah.
Or chocolate.
There's not a chocolate D.V., Ollie.
No, but in general, people deserve chocolate.
I see.
And here he is, the man who is helping break the Enigma Code and win this war.
Mr. Turing, it is a true pleasure to finally meet you.
Yes, that's very kind of you, gentlemen. If you don't mind, I am in the middle
Nonsense, Mr. Turing. We're here to sing your praises after all the hard work you've done.
It's months and months of hard work, and you are this close to a breakthrough.
This close.
Well,
Is this your research over here?
You don't need to see that, sir. You
I
don't
just
need to
want
see
to
it.
peek inside a brain of yours.
Well, now we'll see some mathematics that's truly pushing the boundaries.
Mr. Turing,
Yes, sir.
I'm not an expert in the field of code breaking, but could you please enlighten me as to why your most decoded topic on this Enigma machine is 2 Germans, 1 Strudel?
Saving Ryan's privates all for myself.
Loud and noisy on the Western Front.
I must have got wires crossed somehow, sir.
Mr. Turing,
Yes, sir.
have you been using your time inside this bunker to break the Enigma Code and download copious amounts of German pornography?
Sir, I know you're upset. but-
Upset? Are you kidding? This could revolutionize the wank. No more English maids in petticoats on scraps of papers in woods. No. This is high definition crowd crumpet.
So we should take this to the Prime Minister at once.
And let him have all the fun. No chance, Mr. Colleague. Bar the doors and fetch me a big box of tissues.
Oh. Sir, should I at least, call your wife or something?
No! Call Montgomery! Get him to delay the war. I'm not leaving this bunker till 1945 at the earliest.
And then, after the war, there was another one, wasn't there, Wes?
Mm-hmm.
But colder.
Harcourt!
Yeah?
We have a situation.
What is it?
The Germans are fleeing from the east to the west in Berlin.
In Berlin?
Yeah.
What can we do?
I don't know.
We don't need a wall built to
Raus! Is it nearly all over then?
Yes, Ollie, the history is nearly over.
Hello, Martin. I'm sorry I didn't see you come in.
No, I tried to tell your receptionist, but she wouldn't.
Don't worry about Sharon. She never listens to her patients.
Well, what good is that?
She's deaf, Martin. I'd like to ask you to save your nasty comments till the end.
Yeah, I didn't know she was. I'm sorry. Okay.
Martin Luther King, a session for dream therapy. Okay, Martin, if you'd like to begin by telling me about your last dream.
I have a dream.
Martin, we'll take it as given that you had a dream. You don't need to tell us at the start of every session.
I have a dream.
Dear God.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American. I have a dream that one day, in the red hills of Georgia,
Now that's very interesting, Martin. One of the things we often dream about is repressed desire, the sexual desire. These red hills you speak of are most likely the enormous breasts of a woman that you crave.
What?
Breasts, boobies, bosoms, memories, call them what you will.
You think?
Model mounds! Sorry, I thought of another one. Anyway, Martin, to preempt your latent question, these hills of Georgia are most likely the enormous breasts of a woman that you long for. Tell me, Martin, do you know anyone by the name of Georgia?
No, of course not. In America.
Now that's very interesting, Martin. Often if we say we don't know anyone by that name, it's likely Georgia is a fantasy girl that you dream of. Tell me, Martin, are you an avid consumer of pornography?
Am I? Now you listen here, Mr. What even is your name?
Sex.
Your name is Sex.
It's perfectly logical, Martin. My mother was German. I was her sixth child. Sex.
I'd say that for sex. What's your surname?
Now, Chinese father.
Sex now?
Maybe later, Martin. Let's deal with this first. Anyway, you were telling me about your pornographic dream.
I do not have pornographic. I'm sorry for shouting. I have a dream that the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will sit down together at the table of brotherhood.
Ooh, bondage. Good. Carry on. Tasty.
And right there, in the heart of Alabama, little black boys, little black girls, little white boys, little white girls will join hands as brothers and sisters.
I see! Incestuous dreams! This Georgia is your mother, am I right or am I right?
No, you're not right, Mr. Now. I'm not sure you've ever been right.
Martin, it's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm not a fan of incestuous pornography myself. I'm more of a hentai person.
I cannot believe I'm listening to this. I don't know how you get any patience in here with your deaf receptionist and your silly sex jokes, but I refuse to be one of them, sir.
Martin, I'm sorry I've offended you. Can I interest you in a free sex session? I'll get the oil.
I am leaving.
Sharon, can we get our next patient in here, please? Sharon. Sharon. This intercom was a total waste of money.
Well, that's it.
What do you mean?
It's the end of history. It all goes to shit after that.
Does it?
Yes, it does, Ollie. There was Vietnam and the height of the Cold War. We joined the EEC.
Which really pissed off the racists.
Yeah, and now they've got their own back. A great big bloody war with only Supreme Commander Sturgeon left to save us.
Jack, don't be too disheartened. Even though things look bad right now, which they do, if the last 60 minutes has taught us anything, it's that everything turns out right in the end.
So, what you're saying is we should just sit tight and wait for it all to blow over?
Yep. Can't?
Sure.